We're going to speak about the end of the world. And yesterday we spoke about Sodom and Gomorrah, and today we're going to continue speaking about this because this is a very powerful topic. And I asked to prepare for a video clip. It's quite heavy because they have quite shocking images of what cruel men do, what the dogs, beasts of this world do, what God calls these people, those that the Almighty that dominate huge companies, the world of petrol, and they do wars on purpose just to try and get the wealth of that country without any sort of respect for the humanity. So this is one of the signs of the end of the world. It's one of the signs that the world is truly going to end, like Jesus mentioned. So let's look at this short clip. Jesus warned that all of this would happen. But this is not yet the end. This is the time for everyone to come back to God. There is a solution. Jesus. Give your life to Jesus. It's true. I would like to warn that I don't know if it's already is, but we are going to distribute these video clips to share with your friends so that they could understand, so that they pay attention, and because these things are really serious. Okay, so I'm going to ask Crystal to read Matthew 24 from verse 3 and beyond. 3. I have the Bible, yes I do. My wife, she's from Holland. I bought her in Holland. You got such beautiful earrings. Who bought it for me? It can only be one person that bought me this. It was you. Yes, it was me. So Matthew 24:3, and it says, and as he sat on the Mount of Olives, this is Jesus, the disciples came to him privately saying, "Tell us, when will these things be, and what will be the signs of your coming and of the end of the age?" What did Jesus say? Jesus answered and said to them, "Take heed that no one deceives you. For many will come in my name, saying, 'I am the Christ,' and we will deceive many." And we've already seen a couple of countries already doing this, and it says, continuing, "And you will hear the wars and rumors of wars. See that you are not troubled, for all of these must come to pass. But the end is not yet. For nation will rise against nation, kingdom against kingdom, and there will be famines and pestilence, earthquakes in various places." And now I will read. So you see here, a pestilence, what's happening right now. Not that I know of being a pest like this that's been affecting the entire world, and a pest that stopped the world. The world is stopped. Wow. Everyone, rich, poor, everyone has their knees bowed down to this before this pest. And then it says earthquakes in various places. All of these are the beginning of sorrows. And then it says in verse 11, then many false prophets will rise up and deceive many. Who are these false prophets, Crystal? The false prophets are those that appear to be saying things according to in God's name, but they say things that's not according to what says, or it's contrary to what God says. That's a false prophet. It seems like it's a prophet, but they're not a true prophet because they say things contrary to what God says. And more we see things like this, those that get involved with witchcraft, consult the dead, reading the palm reading, and get involved in the cult. And God abhors all of this because these are the things that are truly works of the devil. And also idolatry, something that offends God completely. This is why God said that doing these things, curses go up to the 4th generation of these people, that those kids won't have blessings, but their children be full of the curse. Idolatry is when they've placed a thing or an image, they worship it, or saints themselves, they worship it, putting glory to it. And God says he doesn't give glory to anyone, doesn't share his glory, and he's the only one that's supposed to receive all the praises and glory. So who does this other thing? That's contrary to what God says. And you can read more about these things in the book, The Origins of the Problems. You can get this, the book is available in the Kuriak's Editoria. Many other books is there as well. And one of them is The Origins of the Problem. And one of these origins is this. So then Jesus warned that there's going to be false prophets. And what else he said? He says, and because lawlessness will abound, the love of many will grow cold. So it says that even those that are Christian, because of all these things that it's happening, instead of being firm in the God, they depart from God's ways. But then he says, but he who endures until the end shall be saved. And this gospel of the kingdom will be preached in all the world, that as a witness to all the nation, and then the end will come. I'd like to take this opportunity to say that those that are already Christian in our church or not, that this is the most important moment to preach the gospel. So now we're going to speak about Sodom and Gomorrah, and I'm going to ask Crystal to please give us a quick summary. What does it mean? What is Sodom and Gomorrah? What happened there? So there was two cities in which they were doing very indecent things in such a way that God had to come on earth to see, because people were proclaiming and the people were crying out. So he had to see what people were complaining about. And he actually told Abraham that he was going to destroy this city. And Abraham interceded. Because in that city, his family was there, his nephew was there. He knew that, okay, if God's going to destroy this city, my nephew was there. So this is how he prayed. He said, God, if by any chance there's 50 people that are just, are you still going to destroy the entire city? Are you going to ruin these 50 just people? He said, no, I won't. And then he thought maybe 50 is too much. And then he said, what about 40? What about 35? And then he said, God, please don't be offended. What about if at least there's 10? And then because he must have thought, okay, 10, that's his nephew, the wife, and the children. Maybe they must have spoken to a couple of people as well. At least it will reach to 10. And God said, okay, if there is 10, I won't destroy the city. But there wasn't 10 people. There weren't 10 people there. So then the angels went to Sodom, Sodom, and then went to go and collect Lot, which was Abraham's nephew with his family. He said, we need to get out of this. We need to get out of the city because the city is going to be destroyed. And Lot, okay, called his wife, called his family. Actually, at times you would say, hurry up, get out of this because I can't bring the floods because all of this, what I was going to bring to the city if you're still here. So many could have thought, oh, this one is a fool. What is he talking about? Of course it's not going to rain. Of course nothing bad is going to happen. Go to sleep. No one cares about what you're saying. The angel said that he actually said that the angels had to kind of force them to get out because they were like, I need to see if I want this, I want that, maybe I need this, maybe just let's stay a little bit longer, have a little cup of tea. And still, when Lot, he wanted to leave, he said, why don't we go to another city that's quite small? But it was similar. What about the wife? Well, the wife, after the angel said, leave. Go up to the mountains and do not look back. Don't look back. Very specific instruction. And and while they were running, she must have been thinking, oh, my heart, my house, my nails, how am I going to fix my hair, all my jewelry, the things I'm leaving behind. When she looked back, she became a pillar of salt. Many people have this wrong idea about God, saying that God is a foolish God that tolerates all sorts of things. But the truth is that God brings judgment time after time when things go past a certain limit. And in that case, it was another case in which God had warned and the people didn't care about what God was saying, and beyond what they were practicing, indecent things. unhumane things, things that so they were very cruel. They were practicing all sorts of cruel things, and they were doing things without no shame at all. And it actually reminds me of those judges of high authority, the most high ones. Not all of them, but before they will be like, oh, you do, sending their WhatsApps to one another. Oh, do this. Don't worry. We'll keep this between us. We could do whatever we like. Rerun this. So we need to understand that God destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah because that had to come to an end. And this is a very important message to the times of today, because nothing is a coincidence. Why do you think all these things is happening? Do you think it's just a mere coincidence? Have you thought well about this? Why is it that have you thought about what Europe has done to God? What has many countries done to God? They laugh at God, mock at God, close down the churches, send the armies to kill thousands of people in Iraq, Libya, and Syria, and then afterwards people are left without a house, without hospitals. Their mum, their mother, or their father, they die, and then still they don't know what they're going to eat or even know what to wear. And when it's winter, they suffer. And then yet Europe closed the doors to them. They die on the boats, and Europe don't even care about these people. They don't even want to care about their own kind. So there was this woman in Europe. I don't know if she was Dutch. She had, we gave certain millions to help Europe. Considering considering how many people in Europe, what can you do with this certain little amount of millions that she gave? But it's just to hide things. But what I'm saying, that when things get to a certain point, this is why God, certain point, he gets irritated. So the solution is come back to God. Come back to God. Give your life to Jesus, and know that there is 4 things that God would like to tell you. 4 things that you need to know, that God wants to say to everyone. 1, that everyone sin. There is no just or righteous person here on earth. So let's hear this now.